So we're about 5 minutes away from sunrise here in eastern Kentucky, and it's shaping up to be a pretty good one. There's no clouds in the sky, which is kind of unfortunate, so there's not going to be a whole lot of color to deal with there, but there's a lot of low-lying fog in the valleys, and it's looking pretty good this morning, actually. So I've actually set up a couple shots here. The first one I'll run you through. There's some thistle here that's in bloom right now. It's that time of year, it's June. So I'm trying to get a little foreground element with the sunrise in the back. See if it works out. I'm not sure it's going to very much, but there's a backup right out here where there's some crisscrossing of the hilltops, the ridges, and I think it's going to work out pretty well. In fact, I know it's going to work out pretty well. I've already shot it. I've already shot a version of it anyway. You can see out here, I'm hoping that when the sun actually rises, that it's going to hit down that valley a little bit and give us a little bit more depth to the shot. So I've got one shot in the bag just in case. Hopefully there's going to be a little bit of a better one here in just a few minutes. I'll tell you what, it's been a while since I've been out. 2021 has been a very odd year for me. I haven't done a whole lot. In fact, if it wasn't for a friend of mine, Ron, I don't think I would have gone out at all. He invited me on a few trips, and I got a couple of good images, I think, on those, which was great. It was good to do. But I've really, other than that and a few photo jobs, I've barely picked up the camera this year. It's already June. It's not been great. The sun's about to come up. Okay, I better get in a position. So you can see the shot right here that I'm trying to get. It's going to be a little bit difficult. I don't know that it's going to work out so well, but we're gonna go for it. I'm going to use a little bit more shallow depth of field because I want that background to kind of blur out a little bit. But I really want that sun to come out in the background, just a nice contrast to that bloom. Oh, and that wind is really wreaking a little bit of havoc on me because that bloom is just not being still at all. See what I can do for my shutter speed. I'm going to have to bump the ISO a bit. I already got it on a 2-second timer. The wind's really not cooperating up here on the hilltop. The bloom going back and forth is going to cause a little bit of motion blur if the shutter's too slow. I'm bracketing in 2-stop increments, 7 shots. So hopefully that's going to provide me with a fast enough shutter speed that it's going to freeze the motion of that bloom. Okay, but when this shot's over though, I've got my 70 to 200 I'm going to pop on and see if I can't get that valley shot. It's looking pretty nice over there. Okay, here comes the sun. It's actually up a little bit now. Let's shoot, see what happens. Definitely don't need to bracket on this one. So thankfully what's happened here is the sun's up now, as you can see on me, and some of those sun rays are going to go down in the valley over top of the fog, and it's providing a nice little bit of yellow color onto the scene. You got the crisscross of the ridge tops. It's a nice looking scene, I think. So I've just got my histogram up and I'm exposing to the right. So basically what that means is I'm pulling out some more detail of the shadow areas, because if I just basically go with what the meter gives me, then a lot of those shadow areas, the darker parts of the image, there's not going to be a lot of detail. I'm going to have to pull that detail out in post. That's going to introduce noise, and it's just not going to look as good. So by overexposing and bringing my histogram up, I can see where my highlights are, which are the brighter parts of the image, and I can see that I'm not overexposing too much. I've still got some information on those highlights, so in post I can pull that back. That's not going to introduce a lot of noise, and it's just going to be nice. It's going to be a nice detailed shot. here we go. 15th of a second, F11 ISO 100. It's a nice morning. You know, there's a shot right there. Right there. Holy smokes, let's shoot that. Let's shoot that too. I turned around and there's a nice shot here with the sun going over the hill. So I'm gonna shoot this real quick and get this in the can. And it's not a shot that you're going to be putting in the portfolio or anything, but it's nice light. We're out. It's digital. Why not shoot it, you know? There's a couple of detail shots on this thistle over here I think I'm going to go for. And that's going to wrap it up on the hilltop, I think, for this morning. Yeah, that's nice. Very nice. If anything comes along from this thistle here, I'll put it up on the screen. Why not? You know? Why not? I mean, we're all here. I'm not going anywhere. This is the first time I've been out with a camera in weeks, it seems like. Let's just shoot everything. Right? Let's just shoot everything on the hill. Document the morning. And then go back to the computer and sit there for 2 hours while I really drive myself up the wall whether or not I should go a little bit more magenta or maybe a little bit more green. That's normally what happens.